What was your comfort level out there Thursday night for your first time at a new position?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was fun. Anytime you get a chance to go out there and play football, you got to enjoy it and cherish it. It's definitely new, but like I said, it was an awesome time, and I feel like our coaches really prepared us for the game.
What's going to be the hardest thing that you've had to adapt to the change of positions?
Yeah, I would just say I think everything's new. Running routes, blocking, pass protection. I'm on special teams as well. So just growing each day and trying to stay consistent each day and just find something to get better at each day.
Speaking of blocking, how do you feel like you're developing in that aspect of your game?
I think it's going well. I have a great tight end coach with Coach Michael. He's helped me a ton. He's been around the game so long, just little tidbits that he can give you. Obviously, you're going to always have to get better at it, but, I think that he's helped me a ton.
Was there a moment out there where you had I'm a tight end in an NFL preseason game in a stadium moment?
Honestly, the game, it's going so fast, you don't really ever think about it. You're just out there, running the plays that you've ran in practice. So it's just one of those things where the game's moving along so fast, you never really think about it.
Is it, I don't know if weird's the right word, but being in a huddle and not being the one actually talking?
Yeah. Sometimes when you're a little tired and you have to talk in the huddle, it can be tough. So, that's where you can catch your breath now. You don't have to say too much.
Why do you think Flacco and you have coached? It seems like he goes to a lot.
I'm just very fortunate to be able to play with Joe Flacco and be in the huddle with him. I grew up watching him and a big fan of his. So I think, just watching him play, you just have to be in the right spot at the right time, and he'll do the rest. He's such a talented quarterback.
Did you grow up thinking that you wanted to be him playing quarterback, and then now all of a sudden here he is throwing passes to you?
Yeah, for sure. As a young quarterback going to a small school like Buffalo and him going to Delaware, that's kind of someone that you look up to. And then being in the huddle with him, like you said, is awesome.
It seems they trust you in contested catch situations. Is that simply size, out jumping the guy, or is there a technique that makes you good at that?
I just say, I just do whatever our coaches tell us and get to, the spot where they draw the play up. And like I said, the quarterbacks, all three of them have done such a good job, and they go through their reads and get it to the right person every time. So, I think that's just more so the coaches putting everyone in the right position.
You got to catch a few balls. One got negated, but you had a couple, a 19 and a 13. Was that a big step for you, kind of getting those out of the way and just your comfort level with the football in your hands?
Yeah, like I said, we've been running those plays all through training camp, and it's just fun, to finally do it in live action. But there's so much more work to be done and so much more improvement that can be done. So that's why I'm excited. I was excited to practice today, and then, these joint practices coming up.
How much have you watched film of other tight ends, and are there ones that the coaches have told you, because it seems like they're similar size to someone like Jimmy Graham? Have you watched him? Or?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Jimmy Graham. A lot of bigger tight ends. Just watching those guys and taking little things that I can learn. But like I said before, I'm fortunate to have two superstar tight ends in my room with Dallas and Zach Ertz. So I get the privilege to watch them on practice film every day, how they work in individual. And just continue to learn from them.
Is there something specific about being a taller tight end that you have to account for? Obviously, there's the advantage of the region, but is there some way where you have to work on it maybe a little more because you have this great length?
Yeah, I would say that you always have to work to play low, and like I said, our coaches have done a great job. Coach Michael, having drills for me to work on that and improve on that daily.
You feel like you're past the point of being out there thinking, and are you able to just go out there and play?
Yeah, every day, you just got to take it day by day, but I do feel comfortable. But football's so humbling, you could feel comfortable one day and the next day, you're going to install plays and you got to work on this or versus a new technique that the defensive end might play. So I'd say just, I'm just working at it day by day and, just trying to get better.
How's the game review, like the game prep and the game review, watching film different as a tight end compared to as a quarterback?
I would just say, you got to look at the techniques of the defensive end, how they're going to play you in the run game a little different, releasing on routes, how guys are pressing you, and those things. Like I said, our coach did a great job preparing us for, every look that we could possibly see, and it's just, you just got to trust that and go out there and perform.
I imagine as a quarterback, you have to know everyone's route on the field. You still do that now, or is it just focused on?
No, 100%. I still, try to make sure I know everyone's route because it's all about timing and knowing where guys are going to be, and you don't want to be somewhere too soon or where you are in the progression. So I definitely try to see the whole picture.
got to know Logan Thomas?
Yeah, when I got to transition, I got to reach out to him and ask him how it went for him and things like that. And that's been someone that I've been able to reach out to throughout the process and ask for advice.
What advice did he have?
Just
that stuck in your mind the most?
Really just the same message that, a lot of guys say, it's day by day. You can't look down the road. You can't look behind you if you have a bad play. You just got to keep it day by day and continue to improve.
Has there ever been has there been any talk possibly, like I know don't want to see it happen, but if there's injuries, you being an emergency quarterback by chance, something happens?
No, sir. No. We have such good talented quarterbacks. All three of them are so talented. No, I'm strictly focused on tight end and getting better at that because I have a lot of room to improve in that.
Not any trick plays where you want to utilize your
No, sir. Strictly tight end.
So my first guy, he stepped up, but I could tell he wasn't coming, so I was looking to get out to the next guy, and he got to me kind of fast, so I tried to hit him as hard as I could. I didn't think I was going to hit him that hard, but I was glad I knocked him down before he knocked me down, so I was glad about that. But yeah, everybody was coming up and telling me it was such a good hit. I didn't realize how hard I hit him until I saw the film.
I know you didn't feel like you got a lot of respect in the free agent market this offseason, but with the way you're playing in camp, how much is that confidence right now?
My confidence is pretty good. I always got confidence in myself. Last year, I felt like things didn't go my way. A lot of that was on myself, so I had to look in the mirror in the offseason and just see what I can work on.
What was part of that struggle?
Just last year offseason, I was still coming back from injury, so kind of let that affect how I worked out and stuff like that. So I had put on weight, and it was just hard getting it off. And so when I got it off, I still wasn't in the best shape. So just had to buckle in the offseason.
Having that stinger, the shoulder injury, how hard was that to get over mentally and recover with holding the ball and everything?
It wasn't hard mentally, but just physically because it took me a while to gain my strength back. So that was definitely kind of hard. But once I got it back, I wasn't really thinking about it when I played.
Jordan, Nick mentioned the offense was really crisp in the first half. What do you think of how composed Jalen looked in the huddle and just having in front of you?
Jalen, he's always cool, calm, and collected. He acts like he's been in the league for a while, like just the way he carries himself. You would think he's been in the league at least 5 years, but it's just his mentality as a young guy. He takes control. He knows what his role is and what he has to do, and he knows he's the leader of the offense, so he takes it very hard on himself.
There was kind of a sense when they brought you back in spring, nobody really knew what to expect or what your role might be or what kind of chance you might get here. They had all these young backs. But obviously, you're getting a real fair look and a fair shot. Has it differed than what you expected as far as what your role is as far as the reps you're getting and all that?
Not really. I just knew if I came in the best shape that I could be in, I would give myself a chance. Because if I knew that I wasn't in shape, that I wasn't gonna really have a chance. And so I knew if I wanted to even have a shot, that I had to come in the best shape I could.
You seem to be in better shape. I know you mentioned the injury, but was there anything different at Bomberitos that you were doing down there in off-season?
Not really. I ate a lot better because the work is always good, but if I don't eat right, it's not really gonna matter. The work's not gonna matter. So I definitely had to lock in on eating right. I started early. I started working out in January, so it definitely helped as well.
Jordan, I guess the running backs are being evaluated on everything, not just running the ball, but pass pro and catching. How are those aspects of your game coming along, especially the pass protection? Nick highlighted today a block that you made Thursday night.
I feel like it's coming along well. As a young guy, when you first get in the league, pass pro, that's probably the hardest for a running back because in college you're not really asked to block that much and you're not asked to look for as much. So that's the first thing you have to lock in on. And if you want to play, you got to protect the quarterback. So I feel like my pass protection is growing each year I've been in the league. So I just still try to get better each and every day, though.
How about the pass catching? How's that?
I feel like my pass catching is coming along well. I try to catch jugs after practice every day just to focus in on that because you can never get too complacent with things like that.
And what's your history with special teams and how have the special teams reps gone this summer?
I haven't really played much special teams, but I'm not against it. I can do it. I know that's a big part. If I want to make this team, I got to play special teams. So I'm just trying to lock in on that and try to do the best I can.
Is catching the ball something you did a lot at, I guess, UAB and then in the end?
Not in college. I didn't really do too much catching. Maybe like screen passes and stuff like that. So like swings and stuff, and like all these other routes we're running. So I definitely had to work on that. But I feel like I just got to lock in, and catch the ball because I'm gonna get hit anyway. So I just got to make sure I catch the ball first.
you're a different kind of back than the other backs here. I mean, you're historically an tough inside runner. Do you think that gives you an advantage? Just that, I mean, Boston can do some of that, but you just seem like a different kind of, you have the experience, your blocking ability, pick up the blitz, all that. You're kind of, can you set yourself apart that way?
I just try to go out and do what I can. I try to stick to my skills, like everybody else try to stick to their strengths. So I just feel like definitely running on the inside. Like I'm a bigger guy, so I feel like I can take some of those hits a little better. I don't have the speed that those other guys have, so they can do a little bit more when they get to the outside and things like that. But yeah, I definitely try to just focus in on what I'm good at.
There is a lot of competition in the running backs there. How do you view that competition against some of these other guys? I mean, 3 or 4 guys, I guess, are going to make the roster. But how do you view it at this point in camp?
I view it as a healthy competition. We're always trying to push each other each and every day, try to make each other better, try to pick each other up when we feel like one is down. One person makes a big play, we all try to come out and make another big play. So it's just good, healthy competition.